Oi, oi, people. How are you all doing on this wonderful Tuesday? So, 13 goals, 3 games, 3 very convincing wins. Manchester United are next up. So, to be fair, it hasn't really been a bad 10 days or so for Arsenal, really, has it? And do you know what? Credit has to sort of be given, isn't it? You know, I don't ever mind criticising, whether that be a tiny amount, whether that be to wanting my manager out, because that's generally what I feel. But do you know what? Credit has to be given to Arsenal. They've been all right so far, haven't they? The last 3 games have been pretty good. That's not to say I think that they've turned the page. That's not to say I'm Arteta in, but credit has to be given where it's given. So we've seen excellent performances from Odegaard, from Saka, from Timber, and even Raheem Sterling. Only joking. Only fucking joking. He is still dog shit. Do you know what? It's sort of a shame, really, isn't it? Yeah, that we should have been playing like this from the start of the season, isn't it? You know, I thought I sort of would have learned a lesson from last season. You know, when we sort of started quite sort of slow, and then we went for that Dubai trip and we played really well, blowing teams away. It almost feels like that, albeit a little bit earlier this season. But it's a little bit of a shame, isn't it, that we've just started playing really, really well and attacking, and we're 9 points behind. But look, don't forget. That's the annoying thing about it. University of Arsenal, they only hire freshers, don't they? So 3 wins or not, you know, Arteta is still a bit of a managerial dipshit. But anyway, you might remember from my last stream, yeah, I had a certain little bet with my dad's team, West Ham, with my dad, of course. Big up, Dad, for always being in the chat, blah, blah, blah. So you might remember it as being, if Arsenal win, he will be sticking an Arsenal shirt on. And of course, if West Ham win, then I will have unfortunately would have had to put a West Ham top on. So we all know what happened, didn't we? And I can confirm I saw my dad yesterday. We met up for a few beers, had a few games of pool, kicked my ass. He came to say hello to my kids. And yes, I can confirm, indeed, I have a photo of my dad, West Ham Terence Knowles, in a 1991 Arsenal shirt. And of course, I'll live up to my word. I will be letting you wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Arsenal fans that follow this show on chat, live, catch up. I'll be letting you have a little look at his wonderfully happy little face. And maybe even some West Ham fans that are in here too might be able to catch just a genuine little smile of my old man in my shirt. FYI, he wasn't fucking happy. Listen, look, I appreciate, obviously, everyone for supporting the channel as always. Double respect if you haven't already. Drop us a like and a subscribe. It massively bloody helps. I was on with Northside last night, actually, on his channel. And I've got a few sort of subs from there as well, you know. So if any of them guys are watching, absolutely double, treble, big up. You know, I absolutely appreciate you for coming in there. And do you know what, as well, just while I'm on the Northside thing, I like that guy, man. He gets a bad rap, doesn't he, Northside? But do you know what? He loves his football club. So do you know what? Absolutely big up to that fella. But yeah, big up, chat. What are we saying? Let me have a little say hello. Aces, man. Always here, bruv. Big up to you, mate. How you doing? What we saying? Easy 2 or 3-1 win tomorrow, mate. I hope so. Ozzy in the building, man. I don't know how you're doing with your chat, but people, remember, this Aussie geezer is going to be doing a channel soon, so make sure you sort of show him some love as and when it sort of comes out. I know he goes on a few other channels, but he's a great geezer. Aces also dropped a new purple merchandise. Ah, yes, we shall be bringing that up, my man. Don't we worry about that. Big up Aaron. Gavin, how you doing, my brother? Oh, Aaron, old fella, the 1990, yeah, honestly, yeah, trust me, yeah, well, it will be there, mate. I can promise you that, my friend. Yeah, he's in it. So what we've got coming up today, yeah, we're going to talk about, we're going to have a little nudge on the West Ham game, yeah. We're going to talk about the FA Cup draw. We're going to talk some Arteta press conference. Not too much, though, because he says a lot and fucking don't really say that much at all, does he, in the same sort of breath. We're going to talk the United game. A little update on that merch watch. And we're going to see my dad in an Arsenal shirt, of course. And we're going to finish up with a little bit of wanker of the week. there's, it's no surprise who really is going to get it. He's been stinking the place out, hasn't he, really? But yeah, let's have a little nudge on the West Ham sort of game as well. There's only sort of one place to start, and I want to briefly nudge on it. Dad, Tony, early doors. I know you regularly watch it. A little bit of Lawrence as well. I know you like to come on this channel. What happened? What happened, boys? What happened, you West Ham fans that were giving it the Barry McGuigan, weren't you, boys? But it sadly weren't your day on Saturday, was it? Unfortunately, 11 away goals conceded in 2 as well, mate. What's happened? And again, we've had it again for the second year in a row. Empty in your stadium every time we go. Every time we go. That half time was absolutely emptied, wasn't it, boys? And, obviously some of them were going to get a couple of beers, but I didn't see too many flooding back West Ham fans. So, look, it's always great to get a cheeky little London derby 5-2 away win. I know it's only against a little bit of a poor side. West Ham, they sort of were a bit reinvigorated after their 2-0 win versus Newcastle, which was a very, very, very good win, by the way. But look, we're not going to go too mad here, are we? It weren't Liverpool at Anfield, was it? Do you know what I mean? But it was a good win nonetheless, keeping that momentum going, absolutely crucial. Look, the league's gone. Yeah, it just is gone, isn't it? Do I think we'll win the Champions League? Nah, I don't think we'll win the Champions League. But, we've got to keep this run going, not only really just for the fact that we've got a little bit of a Carabao Cup game coming up soon. And I want us to, dispatch of Crystal Palace like we should bloody be dispatching them. But, we've got a little FA Cup as well. Who did we get in that, we just want to keep that run going from that. So, talking about that FA Cup, there's no shock, is there, right? So we've seen Liverpool be drawn against AKA the fucking Job Centre derby. That's an absolute surprise that they got an easy team. City, they got fucking Salford, our kid. Maybe that'll be their first sort of win, Man City. They've surely got to beat Salford, the mighty Salford. Top Chelsea, proper fucking Chelsea. Got Morecambe at home. Spurs got the mighty Tamworth away. But do you know what the good thing is about Spurs is they could probably go away to a big team the day before and win 4-0. But they love making a pig's ear, don't they, of an early FA Cup round draw against lower league teams. And of course, Manchester United, they got rewarded with a little cheeky away tie at Arsenal. So for me, it's actually not a bad draw, yeah? And I'll tell you why. It could have been easier, yes. We could have faced maybe Accrington, Stanley and that. But, I still expect to win. Let's have it bloody right. Not only that, they'll be wanting to add to their domestic little trophy. Or they've won the Carabao Cup, haven't they? They've won the FA Cup the last 2 years. And do you know what the annoying thing is as well? Is they'll want to equal that Arsenal record of 14 bloody wins. And I don't think there's an Arsenal fan in here that wants to see it. Top Gooner or not. And I don't think there's bloody too many in here of them. Let's get it right. So, look, we've got a great opportunity to put that to bed at the first attempt, you know what I mean, in the third round. And I expect us to, So, of course, we've got Manchester United twice in a month. First of them encounters is, of course, tomorrow. But before I wanted to dip into that, I wanted to jump into something that Aces has quite rightly said in the chat. You dirty bastards, Arsenal, eh? You just couldn't help yourself, could you? Before I put into a little bit of the Mikel Arteta's press conference, of course, there's another merch entry, just like my man Ace has said. Yesterday, a new line's released. Guess what? It coincidentally runs with the Black Friday sale that finished as well. So they're not stupid when it comes to PR. And it's coming in at number 9 in the merch collection of the season, this season so far at Arsenal. They are absolutely ruthless motherfuckers, aren't they? Absolutely ruthless. There is a show, which I'm doing as well, just quickly while I'm nudging on it, that will feature a complete in-depth version of my merch watch. With names, the dates that they've been sold, a reaction to all of them. There's all the lines. I'm putting it all together. It's taken me a little bit of a while, but don't worry, it's coming. There's cons in terms of regarding the season tickets, money refunds, ballot systems, the atmosphere. There's caused, you know, the ballot systems. Well, it's caused it, isn't it? Really, you know, a few bits else as well. And there's a gentleman that you'll all know, an OG in my chat, called Vic Lefia, who's added me a little bit of content. We'll be running through that, but absolutely madness, isn't it, people? You know, how can they keep continuously just wanting to pour money out? I know, you know, we actually haven't been too bad for the last 10 fucking days, but really, you know, they've absolutely been rinsing us, haven't they? But look, I know this is a little bit of what you've been waiting for, yeah. I'm going to add it in now, yeah, just before I do a bit of Mikel Arteta press conference. So, my old man, yeah, we had a little bet. For anyone that's just joined, for anyone still here, we had a little bet who Arsenal and West Ham, one of us will be wearing their t-shirt. We all know the result. And the result is in. Tony, hello, mate. How are we doing? Tone, you'll enjoy this little bit, mate. The result is in. Right on cue, mate. Right on cue. Big up, Tone. Here is my wonderful father donning beautiful Arsenal shirt. Have a little look at that, people, eh? Doesn't he just look so happy? What a picture of happiness that gentleman is, donning my wonderful Arsenal shirt. Yeah, he had to put the double fingers up, didn't he, you know, to show himself a little bit of self-respect. But unfortunately, Mr. Terence Knowles, this is what you get for making not only silly little bets, but coming up against my beloved Arsenal as a mere West Ham fan, eh? And you're not in the chat at the minute, and I know why, but fucking I will. I said to my old man, yeah, I said to him, I was like, look, I will never show another soul on my phone. It's deleted off my phone, but this is only for the show. So anytime he gives it the Barry McGuigan, Papa, there you go. I'm just going to remind you how good you look in an Arsenal shirt, mate. And you look absolutely wonderful, mate, as you do, Happy. How do we see that, people, eh? That's what you get, mate, right? If you want to make silly bets, it's just what happens, isn't it? But big up, gents, man. Let's just go through and take a couple more in the chat. Aces, yeah, honey roast ham got cooked. Man, they definitely got cooked, didn't they? They received an absolute roasting of biblical proportions. FC always, man. Big up. How are you doing, my brother? Always good to see you here. When we went 4-0 up, West Ham fans left and went shopping in Westfields. Funny enough, they did that again last season, didn't they? I think they almost sort of planned it. I thought, you know, they probably parked their car for a certain amount of time just because they knew at half time the game was going to be over. And they thought, you know what, what's the point in sitting and watching another 45 minutes of that when we could go and actually spend our money wisely and at least a little bit of cheeky Westfields clobber, you know? Tone, how we doing, man? Pick up, Aaron. How was your old man in an Arsenal top? Well, here we go again. This is how he was doing, Tone. I know you've seen it. I just can't help but post it again. Eh? That's exactly how he was doing. Early thoughts, yeah, big up Aces, big up Aces, big up all the boys, just a few of the chats in there. Early, what we saying, Tone? Fair play to him. Yeah, look, there's a number he can call if he needs help. Yeah. You know, I think that Frank number ended a little while ago, mate. You know, talk to Frank. So I just hope he don't turn to hard drugs after this because I'm going to be using it in the channel. Bless his little cottons, eh? Yeah, this is your life, Aces. Big up, man. Screenshotted already. But, mate, it will be on here. It will always be on here, mate. Screenshotted already? Absolutely, yes. But, yeah. So, right, what we saying early doors. Here we go. Aaron, does this mean if Liverpool win the league, you're wearing a Liverpool kit as a full kit wanker? No, it doesn't mean I'm going to be doing that, Tony. And do you know why? Because especially at this stage of the season, I'm not stupid enough to be making silly bets, mate. Do you know what? It'd probably be a bet I'd make after a few Stellas. A few of these other brands are available. If we were 9 points clear of the league, 9 points clear of Liverpool, I probably would make that bet. You're absolutely right, Tone. But listen, I'm not a betting man. Only unless I just think, you know what, I'm probably going to win this one. I'm the kind of geezer that puts 10p in a fucking fruit machine and cashes out after 20p. Do you know what I mean? I've never really been interested, mate. Aces, what we saying? Most of the bookies have been paying out on Liverpool winning the Premier League title. Yeah, mate, that's exactly the reason why you will not be catching me in a Liverpool kit anytime soon. Anytime soon, mate. I've just seen in the chat, Craig, mate, big up, bruv, and big up to Ronnie as well. How you doing, man? We went to the West Ham game. Great first away game for him. He was buzzing. I absolutely bet he was buzzing his tits off, mate. And also big up to Connor as well. Big up to Shove. If you're having a little watch, mate. Craig, if anyone, none of you chats know, he's one of the besties, mate. OG in my chat. Yeah, big up to you two, man. Yeah, last of the big spenders. Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah, that's it. What do you reckon on that then, Tone? Obviously, you must have a quick little cheeky smile on your face. Shall we do a bet next season? You know, a cheeky little Upton Park. Sorry, that's when you actually had a home, wasn't it? So next time we're away to West Ham next season, or if we get you in a cup. Maybe after we beat Manchester United, come on, you Gunners. If we get you in a cup away, do you fancy doing a little cheeky bet as the same? You'll have to let us know, mate. What do you reckon? I'll be happily on to take that bet. If you want to do the same bet, mate, we'll see. Just quickly came in to hit a like and preparing for the show soon. Yeah, man. Big up. And if any of you ain't subscribed as well to Tony Early Doors Football TV, give him some love, man. It's a good bit of content. I actually saw you'd sent me the link, but it was to my other channel. I don't know if you my other Instagram, Tone. I was a little bit fucked anyway from, way too much on the Saturday night. Not cock, but beer, of course. Yeah, so sorry, mate. I didn't see it. You'll have to send it to my other one. I don't know if you subscribe to it, but either way, have a great channel, mate. And, big up always for being in here, mate. Aces, unfortunately, Fraudetta will never be winning trophies anytime soon. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And is this a response, Tone? Is it? Bring it on, Gunner. Okay. Have we got another live bet, Tone? Is that a different one? Have we got another live bet? Fair play. Message me next time to make sure I send it to the right one. Yeah, no, that's all good. But just quickly before you go, Tone, I know you're busy. Is this a bet that we're going to do? If we get you in the cup this season, away, I'll even let you have the away. Sort of advantage for us. So if we draw West Ham at your gaff, is the bet on? I'm quite intrigued. You'll have to let us know, Tone. Because 100%. Yes, Tone. Okay, right. He's there. That's it. Screenshot this, Tone. We'll do it, mate. I don't know if you've got any Arsenal mates or anything like that. But listen, I will happily meet you in a neutral location with my 1991 Arsenal shirt to put it over your head. 150% over that wonderful tashed head of yours. Early doors, my old mucker. That is a bet that is on, mate. I'm very, very, very happy about that. I'll even put you side to side with my old man next time I show it. Yeah. I think you may be at the game, Aces. But yeah, man, absolutely big up. Fair dues. I'm double happy with that. I'm very, very, very sort of happy with that. What a bet. I'll take it all day long, Mr. Tone. Now, listen, let's go get into a little bit of Arteta's reaction. Now, listen, I'm not going to go through too much of it. Do you know why? Because we always sort of see that Mikel Arteta loves to absolutely waffle for the vast majority of his press conferences, doesn't he? You know what I mean? He says absolutely so much, mate, with saying literally nothing. So let's have a little sort of read through the relevant bits just so I don't waste any of your time, love. So Mikel Arteta was asked, on Thomas Partey, Mikel Mourinho, Calafiori and Gabriel, basically about their injury status. And in typical fashion, Mikel Arteta doesn't give any secrets away, does he? So we're going to have a meeting this afternoon. We've done a training session. We've monitored and we've kept away from certain activities. But after that, a meeting will be decided. If everyone's fit, they will be available to start. He's asked a question and hasn't answered it at all whatsoever. In typical Mikel fashion, he doesn't give anything away, does he, anyway, in terms of his questions? It wouldn't surprise me, but I do hope Thomas Partey starts because he's been absolutely fantastic in this season and he's definitely been one of Arsenal's better players. Let's absolutely get that right. Let's have a little see what he's got to say about the Manchester United third cup round draw. So he says, The thing is about draws. You can get anyone. That's the definition of a draw, Mikel. Yeah. Well done. But, we play at home. Next thing he's going to say is a 50-50. There's going to be a big match again. And a little bit the story of the last few seasons that in the third or fourth round, we are playing big opponents, but we want to do what we have done historically at this club in the end, and you have to beat the big teams to win it. So, didn't really happen, did it, though? The last time we faced Manchester City and Liverpool at this stage in the last round, we flopped at the same hurdle. We lost 2-0 at home, and then we lost 1-0 away. So, what we sort of talking about here, Mikel? And do you know what it screams of? It screams of more excuses, doesn't it? And that's the frustrating thing, already the first thing he says is how difficult our draws have been in the first round. You've got to beat them anyway at some stage. You didn't really say that when you won it, though, did you? In 2020, beating Chelsea in the final, Manchester City in the semi-finals. There's no difference, is there? You had to beat them teams, and that was a good Chelsea side as well at that time. Come on, what we doing here? It's just excuse FC. And this is another annoying question on the revenge of the Europa League exit in 2023. So obviously he's talking about the Ruben Amorim when they absolutely pulled our pants down at the Emirates. I think we conceded a goal from near the halfway line and then went out on penalty shootouts. What are we doing there? So it's not revenge. It's always another opportunity. And when you have beaten them or lost against any opponent, in the end, it's going to be very different to the past. We've learnt that. We played against Sporting a few days ago. Totally different team. And it was very different to 2 years ago. It has no meaning. This is sort of what I'm saying. And I won't read too many of these people because there's nothing to talk about here. He's being asked questions, ridiculously stupid questions, and he answers them going around the houses and don't say absolutely anything. Now, I'm not going to read that one out. This is the most hilarious one here. On Jorginho's comments about Saka potential, and that actually means when he said he will win the Ballon d'Or. Oh, dear. They train with him every day. They're in the dressing room with him. So for the player, a teammate, to have this kind of words, it's always really positive. It shows you how much they believe in him and the potential that is in him. Now, listen, let's get it right. Saka has tremendous amounts of potential, doesn't he? He absolutely does. But to suggest that he is going to be a Ballon d'Or winner, I mean, I'm sorry. Already, Lamine Yamal is miles clear of him, and he's in the sort of same position. So the problem he's going to be facing is almost an impossible task. It's just a nonsense comment, feeding us absolute nonsense after nonsense after nonsense, isn't it? On whether he has known a player to come back like Odegaard did, obviously talking about coming back from his fitness. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But honestly, it doesn't surprise me because the way he looks after himself, the way he was talking, the way he was training, the way he looked a week ago or two before he already joined the team, it was really sharp. And then obviously the team has a huge confidence and trust in him. So that has a big impact as well on how much we rely on him. Now, look, to be fair, he ain't sort of half wrong on this one because there are parallels in how we were playing before. And when Odegaard comes back, look, Odegaard, is he replaceable? Is he replaceable, rather? Yes, absolutely he is. Does he go missing in the important games, in the big games? Yes. When the pressure is on, does he perform exactly like he does when the pressure is off? No. But the fact of the matter is this Arsenal team has missed that creative spark. And if you wanted to put, for this particular team at the minute, if you wanted to put your mortgage on or every single penny that you had left in the bank account, if you wanted to put that on someone unlocking a defence with a pass, to be fair, it's going to be Odegaard, isn't it? And let's face it, we have possibly sort of missed him. But, when it matters, we also still miss him, even when he's in the even when he's in the starting lineup, I should say. And that's the sort of frustrating with him, He can go missing at big parts of the season. But look, he's back. He's on form. And like we started the show with, credit has to be given where credit is due, and he actually has been good. There's more nonsense about the Emirates Stadium. On Bukayo Saka's output, in terms of numbers, we've noticed a shift, but we have also seen a shift in Bukayo every single year. He's providing everything else. He's adding things to his game. He's more consistent. And as you mentioned, his numbers in terms of impact goals and assists are incredible. And his decision-making is excellent. He can only improve. He can only get better. He has the right players around him, and we continue to do so. Yeah, listen, we all obviously hope that he continues to do so, but talking of Ballon d'Or, come on, it's a little bit premature, isn't it? Do you not think, people? Talking on expanding the stadium, this is quite an interesting sort of one. That's a club issue, strategy, and at the moment, we are ready to respond to do anything like that, and I'm sure the club will announce it. I hope something's in the pipeline, but do you know what the worrying thing about me with a club expansion is you're just going to fill it up with 20,000 more dickheads that are like that, what, on Arteta's cock, isn't you? You know, that's the sort of annoying thing about it. So I'm going to conclude with it in a little second on whether Manchester United could be in the title mix. Who asked this question, man? Really? Who asked this question? What a dipshit. It's still very early in the season. Any team has the capacity to put 5 or 6 wins in a row, which they'll have to put about 15 or 16 in a row to even finish third. So what dipshits ask this? It's been tough, and you see every week how the teams are struggling to maintain winning, except for Liverpool, who are 9 points clear, Mikel. What are we doing here? So I think anything's possible. And the last thing he says on whether the most vulnerable he has seen Manchester City. Again, there is a team with the capacity to turn it around and start to win. We don't rule them out because you never know. They've got a lot of quality there. And to be fair, there is a lot of quality there with Mikel Arteta, with Manchester City. And we all know that they turn into beast mode, didn't they? You know, the second it hits January the 1st, Manchester City just go into a complete other stratosphere, didn't they? And that's the sort of thing you got to watch out with them. But if you were being realistic as a football fan, we've seen Manchester City do some fantastic things over the years. The Centurions, the triple winners, 4 in a row. You know, they've clawed titles back from losing positions, going on unbelievable long winning runs. But I just think with this squad, with no Rodri, the way that they're playing, the damage that this team is sort of feeling in this particular moment, maybe they needed that draw at Salford in the FA Cup because they've got to find a win from somewhere. And these last, 6 or 7 games, Manchester City are just not hitting that mark, people. But yeah, that sort of concludes a very sort of brushed over Mikel Arteta interview. Now, I only sort of read out the questions that I thought were a little bit relevant purely because, and I've done it for you guys, you're more than welcome to go and have a little read and a listen if you want. I listened to it once, read it twice, and trust me, I've saved you a few minutes of your fucking life. It's just a typical Mikel Arteta press conference where he talks and talks and talks, but you know what? He doesn't really say anything else. Vic, how are you doing? I've just seen you in the chat, my brother. Do you know what I'm going to do just for you? Just for you. Here we go. This is just for you, Vic. Here's my old man in that Arsenal top, mate. Just for you, Vic. How are you doing, my brother? How are you doing, my man? Always good to see you in the chat. Aces, what you saying, bruv? Ipswich Town v Palace starts now. Yeah. Oh yes, I'll pass in it. I thought it was 1:45. Yeah, to be fair. Yeah, I'll be trying to get as much of that as I can. And I think you got West Ham afterwards, isn't it? Well, not afterwards. I think it's about 8:15, isn't it? 8:15. Vic, yeah, how you doing, my brother? Always, man. And big up as well, yeah. Evening to everyone in the chat. Always big up to everyone in the chat, mate. So let's talk about your United game, yeah? As I've said before, look, you know, I'm not going to sit here and gaslight anyone into thinking that we're back just because we've won 3 bloody games in a row. Do you know what I mean? We don't roll like that here. We're not melts. I'd never try and gaslight you lot into fucking thinking something that I don't even believe myself. But, you know, it's been a good 10 days for Arsenal. And I'm glad I can walk to that stadium tomorrow bloody evening with a little bit of confidence. You know what? And I ain't been able to say that for quite a long time. And that's the annoying thing about when you go to the games as well. You know, you almost half know that your journey there, pardon me, is going to be sort of met with some boring sort of crappy performance. Probably not the result that you want. But you know what? The last three sort of games at least just gives you some tiny little bloody hope that we can get out with a convincing win. And I hope I walk out with a little bit of confidence too. And I'll be doing a reaction probably about 11:30 tomorrow. Fingers crossed it's a bloody positive one and we can sort of carry on how we're doing it. But anyone still in the chat, I want to get a couple of predictions from you. So have a little write in there and see what we're thinking about tomorrow, yeah? So I'm going to go with a little cheeky 3-1 win for Arsenal versus Manchester United. I think, look, it's a game we're in much better form. We are the much better team. We should be winning this game. Like, I'm sorry, Our attacking game is there now, and I expect a poor United defence. I think without that butcher, that Martinez, I hate that fucking geezer. No, he is not for me, but he's not there. You've got Kobe Minu is not there. Oh no, they've got their new manager, but they've hardly had a new manager bounce, have they? Do you know what I mean? Let's get it right. And I think it's a team that we should be really going there and putting to bed. Now, do I think we're probably going to get 5? No. Would I love us to score 5? Absolutely. Yes, of course I would be. But look, you know, I've still got scars from Manchester United, and it's nice. I don't think they've beat us in the league at home, maybe since, you know, maybe for about 6 or 7 sort of years. It might even be longer than that. So if anyone's in the chat who could correct us, sort of let us know. But you know, it's a game that we should really be taking to them. I want us to go there on the front foot. Don't piss around now. Don't shit the bed because it's Manchester United. Don't listen to the name. Look where they are. Look how they've been performing. Look how they have been for the start of the season. Look at their expectations now. They've got a new manager. We should be, albeit I know, not in the title race, I don't think anymore. We should be going there with chest and saying, do you know what? We're Arsenal, man. You lot of shit. And Manchester United, new manager and all of that or not, they are shit. They are. I'm sorry, Man United fans. Any of you watching, I've got frustratingly a lot of take my Arsenal hat off, a bit of respect for how good you were under the fucking Fergie seasons, as much as I fucking hate you. But, you know, you're shit at the minute. You're absolutely basement, and Arsenal need to be winning this game. Now, convincingly for me, is a nice 3-1 win, and we've sort of been getting that result quite a few games in that sort of run. I think the last time we lost was that Jesse Lingard jumping around doing his little bastard flute thing. We can't be having any more of that. I cannot stand that Jesse Lingard for what he done there, man. That is one basement player. But, you know, you take him, you look into the sort of the facts of it, yeah? You know, we've started poorly. We've got these last 3 games where we've played Nottingham Forest and we've came out straight out the blocks and we've got 3-0. We've done exactly the same at Sporting. Absolutely took the piss out of them, 5-1. And that West Ham game as well, you know, we scored 5 in the first half, you know, and I know the second half, I can understand them going, hey, do you know what? Maybe we can just sort of half deal it. Let's try not getting any injuries. The game surely is one. And that's sort of half when I don't mind, you know, the team sort of maybe not always just sitting back for the whole half, but do you know what I mean? Going, look, we don't need to knock our socks out here. We don't need to risk anything. We don't need to get needless injuries. We don't need to get silly red cards by being a little bit overhyped. I don't mind that little bit of game managing, but not from the first minute. Do you know what I mean? Not from the first minute, people. And that's sort of, again, and I don't want to repeat myself too much. I want us to go into that game tomorrow from the start and show Manchester United that they are not at our level yet. Because I genuinely believe that team isn't at our level yet. You know, and the only way to show that is, of course, with what? It's with a W. It's with a win. And, you know, I want to convince him one, you know. You know, it's annoying that it's took Mikel Arteta a third of the season to sort of realise that this team is an attacking team. It's an attacking team. You know, and the proof is in the fucking pudding. Look at the last 3 results. We're smashing teams to pieces, people. You know, it's in our DNA. It's in our DNA. Look, I started watching football around 96, Arsenal, 96. All I've seen is wonderful teams like that 98 team, the 2002 team. You know, you look at 2002, when we beat Manchester United at Old Trafford, Ljungberg going on that wonderful run of games. And then you got him played through. And then he takes a shot. Fabian Barthez saves it. And then you've got Sylvain Wiltord running in. You know, that's what I want to see. And then you see him sliding and WANKER Kanu, all 6 foot bloody 10 of him, jumping straight over his nut. That's what I want to remember. But you know what? I've still got that 8-2 in my head. That's probably one of the lowest moments of my Arsenal career. Anyone else can probably share that. Anyone else with a similar sort of age group to me or older, maybe a little bit younger, you've learned your history or whatever. That was a very bad result. And, you know, it's almost sort of like, whilst I don't expect us to go and spank them that much. Do you remember last year against Chelsea when we were 5-0 up? I desperately wanted us to do that 6. Do you know why? Because I remember the Wenger's 1000th game. Man, that was punishing, wasn't it? Andre Schürrle was even fucking getting a brace against us, man. It was painful. And, you know, I'd really, really love to slap Man United up. I don't think it's going to be of a 6-goal gap. I don't think we're going to score 8. But the point I'm trying to make is we are a better team than this side. They've got a few injuries. We're at home. We can hurt them tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? I just want us to see the shackles off, you know? I want us to see that blueprint, Mikel Arteta. Blueprint. Why has he spent most of the season, you know, almost ignoring this, letting this blueprint almost, you're just taking punches, just allowing these teams to take the piss out of us. You know, I want us to see us do well. And I think everyone in the chat here, let me have a little go to, agrees with me. Do you know what I mean? You can feel the passion. DWTT, hello, brother. I think it might be the first time I've seen your comment. It might not be the first time you've been in the chat. Might be the first time I've seen your comment. If it's not, apologies. I've usually got half decent sort of memory, but if it's your first time, big up, fella. Thank you very much for coming along and giving us a watch. Gav, yeah, here as always, mate. Big up, fella. FC always. And Ketia still hasn't scored a goal for Palace. Shit, has he not, man? Thanks for the 30 million. Yeah, I mean, do you know what the annoying thing is about that? Is we give him 100 fucking million about 2-3 years before, so we probably give him about 20 million in wages. That's typical sort of Edu, but look, well, at least we got paid back. AFC always, isn't it, mate? But man, that is absolutely shocking. Is that league or is that all competitions? Like, the only thing I hope for is with what you wrote there, bruv, is that I don't want to see an Eddie Nketiah fucking dagger to the heart, mate, when we play him in the cup. Please, let's swerve that. Do you know what I mean? We can't be having that. Could you imagine his first goal for Palace fucking knocks Arsenal out in the quarterfinal of the cup? I mean, it's almost written, isn't it? We've been Arsenal fans for years, boys. We have fucking read this book so many times. We have listened to this record until it fucking starts skipping, in it. You can almost just see it. But, of course, that shirt suits your old man. Vic, doesn't it just, mate? Doesn't it just? Look at him. Look how happy he looks, boys. Have a little look at that. This is why, gents, this is why you don't make silly bets. This is exactly why you don't make silly bets, isn't it, Dad? Bless his little heart, eh? Bless his little heart. Vic, yeah, hope you're well. Yeah, of course. So, yeah, we've got a couple of score predictions in here. AFC always. Yeah, I think this seems quite a common one, isn't it, mate? Arsenal 3, Manchester United 1. I think it's because we can all sort of see them maybe on the counter-attack, nicking a cheeky goal. And they always sort of have done that against us. Even when you go back all the way to the Manchester United early days, you know, when it was Manchester United Arsenal. Pardon me. They've always sort of gone for that counter-attack, haven't they? And to be fair, I think you'll remember a couple of times, and maybe talking to the slightly older heads here. Do you remember when we got, I think it was it 3 or 4-1 we got done at the Emirates, and Rooney and Nani were just counter-attacking us. They got like 1 or 2 from a corner we had, and they were just running down there and just ripping us to fucking shreds on the counter. Obviously, let's hope that ain't happens. But also, let's face it, they haven't got Rooney, Ronaldo, Berbatov, Tevez in their team now. They've got Anthony. Anthony. Absolute shithole, wasn't he? What a crap signing that was. Jesus. Everyone knocks us for Pepe. Actually, Pepe's stats ain't half bad. When you look at him, he just doesn't fit the system. You know, it doesn't fit the process. But yeah, Anthony doesn't fit anything, mate. He should just retire now. That is a poor signing. Sorry, I skipped over your comment. Arteta never beaten Amorim. Let's hope that starts tomorrow night. Yeah, listen, man. If it's going to start anywhere, or it's got to start anywhere, brother, it has to start tomorrow, doesn't it, mate? You know what I mean? There's no excuses. I want to be coming on this show at 11:30 tomorrow night. Might be a 15 minutes late, depending on traffic, when I leave the Emirates. With a little bit of chest. Do you know what I mean? Let's carry on. That's Manchester United. They're number 1, mate. When the season fixture list comes out, that's who I look for first. Of course, I look for Spurs, but you know, I always want to beat Manchester United. Fuck Manchester United. Manchester United fans giving it more chest than Pamela Anderson on Baywatch. Mate, do you know what I mean? More chest than fucking Jordan minus the shit on it. Do you know what I mean? Absolute madness. I don't know what these lot are fucking smoking over there. Do you know what I mean? From an old quote from the old owners at Liverpool. What are they smoking over there, man? What's going on? How's their chest grown so big, mate? They need to lay off the fucking steroids, mate. They're taking too much football steroids at Old Trafford, didn't they? Where's that fucking chest come from, mate? All balloon chest, isn't it? SG, big up, brother. Always appreciate you coming in. 3-1, yeah, again, you know, I see another 3-1 to the Arsenal. But I want revenge for the 8-2, bruv. You feel it as well, mate. Haven't recovered from that game, mate. That is, I promise you, boys and girls, if there are any in here, very much doubt it. I haven't recovered from it either. That scar still remains there because it was a fucking piss take. I mean, I remember, I think Rooney, he might have scored a couple of free kicks today, or maybe Ashley Young got one as well. But I remember just like, it was top corners for fun, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? It was just an absolute piss take. And I don't know whether that was the same game or not, but I remember Ronaldo absolutely just taking the piss out of it might have been a different game, that, to be fair. But another Manchester United moment then, if it's a different game, which I think it is, Ronaldo taking the piss out of Justin Hoyt late sort of on. I think that was another game. I think they might have done us 2-0 that game. But either way, man, they were just a much better team than us. And we need to be absolutely taking advantage of the fact that I believe we are a much better team than them. Vic, yeah, you're feeling the hurt, mate. Yeah, you're feeling the hurt too, bruv. We all are, mate. That 8-2 defo hurt. For me, that semi-final loss at Villa Park hurt me more because we would have stopped their treble. Mate, like, I never sort of forget that I think we were 1-0 down, weren't we? And then Dennis Bergkamp had that not long range, but somewhat long range effort. And then it deflected. It had a little deflection, didn't it? And then it made it 1-0. And then I'll never remember, he didn't look confident, did he, Dennis Bergkamp? He had that injury time penalty. And then, you know, Peter Schmeichel dives to his left, saves it. And I'll never remember him. I always remember him, going like that, shouting with his gloves. It's just, yeah. He didn't look confident stepping up, that Dennis Bergkamp, did he? This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful man over here. He's on the back of the shirt as well. Yeah, that was very frustrating, wasn't it, man? And then, of course, the hairiest little hobbit we've ever seen doing that, running around in that bastard of a white away shirt that Manchester United had on at the time. Yeah, that was painful, bruv. It was very, very, very painful. And do you know what? We should have probably done the double that year, Vic, shouldn't we, mate? Let's get it right. And in that 99 season, obviously the one that you're talking about, we had a Jimmy Floyd dagger at fucking Elland Road, mate. I can't ever remember. I need to have a little look because I can remember the goal. I always think it was a header near post, but it might have been like a jump flick on. I can't remember, but Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank at Elland Road, 1-0. And basically that took the title out of our hands. And we ended up winning, I think, 1-0 on the last game of the season at Villa Park, 1-0. Against Aston Villa. I think the one called Carnu might have scored that. But yeah, man, that was painful that season, wasn't it? That was a very, very, very painful season. Losing 8-2 was really bad. Still having therapy from it, bruv. The therapy sessions are here, man. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we are all feeling it, man. And here's another brother of mine, man. Big up all, man. Big up to you, Gunnar Matart, man. A fucking absolute legend, man. I'm more confident about this game tomorrow than I was 3 weeks ago. Well, and this is the point that I wanted to sort of make, and I might as well sort of make it now while this fantastic geezer has made it. Look, you know, 3 weeks ago, before the Nottingham Forest game, let's even say the Friday, let's even say the morning of the Nottingham Forest game, you know, we were all sort of looking at that, the next sort of run of fixtures, and I've done a show about it, and you're sat there and you're thinking, where's the next run of form going? Where's the next fucking win coming from? But we've managed to sort of turn it around, you know, and it's nice. Whether you're watching it at home, whether you're watching it at the pub with friends, whether you've gone round your nans, your brothers, your sisters, your aunts, your mums, your dads to watch it with them at their house, whether you're going to the game like me, you know, you want to go there with a little bit of confidence, especially when it is Manchester United. And I think we do go there with that tomorrow, boys. I genuinely think we do. AFC always big up. Aaron, nice kit, man. Yeah. It's the 2004-2005 away kit. I've got a cheeky little bit of Bergkamp on the back and all. As you can see, you know, who else do you sort of get in them days? You know, it's absolute belt of the kits. We've also got as well, you know, Invincible, and I think maybe the season just before Invincible, but we've done a double in that one. I always like to have a sort of little few of my kits on show. Do you know what I mean? How we doing? Yeah, what's your Nice, Aaron, mate. Yeah, man. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not too bad, my brother. I'll tell you what is nice, the fact that you're always in the fucking chat, bro. Always appreciate it, mate. Yeah, the Ice Man, I've just seen your message as well, mate. 100. Vic, what we saying, bruv? Yeah, it was Jimmy Floyd. Yeah, that was 2003, Viduka, mate. Viduka scored to mess up our charter challenge. Yeah, that was Mark Viduka, man. That was 2003. That was fucking painful and all. But yeah, back to the Jimmy Floyd one just quickly. I can't ever remember. I always think it was a header at Ellen Road for that 1-0, but I don't know whether he got a flick. I'll have to go back and have a little watch of it just to make sure I've got it right. But either way, I just remember sat there. Do you know what I mean? And I was only probably 99. What was I? Maybe 9 or 10 at the time. And I was just devastated, mate. Like absolutely devastated, because you knew what it meant. You followed that season, and yeah, it's a very frustrating one. But Good Matata's saying, bro, no joke, take away the lemons and all that. All that BS, man. Yeah, we're getting what he was trying to. But yeah, man, yeah, let's move on from that and let's keep finishing teams again. Boy, yeah, listen, mate, 100%, mate. Absolutely. Listen, I agree with you. Let's just keep that momentum going. Now, none of us think, yeah, and I'll never try and gaslight anyone into it. And I've said it a few times now. I'll never try and say to anyone, like, look, oh, that's it. We've won 3 games again, and we've won them all convincingly. We're fucking back. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the Champions League. I'll never say things like that, purely because I don't fucking believe it. If I believed it, I'd say it, and I absolutely don't. But, you know, we've just got to keep the momentum going. There are still things to win for us. The Premier League and the Champions League, I don't believe is one of them or 2 of them. I just generally don't, and I'll say it until I change. But I do think we can win this Carabao Cup. Yes, I do. And I think that we can win the FA Cup. Let's just sort of have a little see. But yeah, man, I see you writing that in. The Iceman, yeah, Dennis Bergkamp, Mr. I Won't Fly. Could you imagine if Dennis Bergkamp was to have not been a bit of a bitch when it comes to aeroplanes? I reckon we'd have had a Champions League, if I'm being totally honest. I really, really, really do. Some of the away games that he missed, we missed him, man. Owed him. How we doing, bruv? 5-1, 5-2. What do you reckon for tomorrow? Listen, let's get it right. I'll take any of them 2. I mean, I'd prefer 5-1, of course, mate. You know what I mean? Let's get it right. I'd absolutely prefer a cheeky little 5-1. I prefer a 6-1. But yeah, I'm sort of thinking a 3-1. What's your final one? Are you that confident, Odin, brother? Are you thinking 5-1? Are you thinking 5-2? What's yours? Put it in there, man. Just before I close up. Let me know what you think, mate. I'm going for 3-1. Good Matata, what are you going for, bro? Vic, what are you going for? Good Matata, big up, bro. You must be looking forward to your damn trip. Yeah, man. Here he is, isn't it? He's going to have a little bit of damn. Being a good boy, of course. Nothing illegal, but, you know, it's legal out there, I suppose. The next banner, oh, yeah, bullshit we need to stop is the cup, mate. Yeah, not winning run. Get the season, get that this season, then next, etc. Yeah, man, 100%, bruv. Listen, we've got things to play for, haven't we, a Good Matata, mate? We've still got things to play for, bruv. You know what I mean? And I hear you, mate. And I'm singing off the same fucking hymn sheet as you, bruv. You know, we've got to keep this winning run going for these cup competitions. You know, it might not be the best season in Arsenal's history, but it could still be a good season. And that's the point that you're trying to make, isn't it, bruv? Do you know what I mean? It could still be a good season. We could get into a semi-final, you know, in a couple of weeks' time. I think we should be beating Manchester United, you know, and then that's it. The holders out. They want to try and get that fucking 14 to try and even with us. Let's get that right, bruv. You know, let's get that right. Yeah, no one, yeah, next few years saying nothing again, we hope, mate. Fucking, again, 150% agree with you, mate. I've just said you right now. I'll get to it. Owed him 4-0, yeah, bruv. Listen, man, I'll drink to that. If it's 4-0, I'll have a little drink to that, Odin, bruv. I hope so, mate. Let's have a little gulp of this fucking Stella in celebration of Odin's prediction. Let's go if he fucking gets it right, eh? Yum. That's for you, Odin, my man. Yeah, me 3, bro. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, 3-1, man. It seems like quite a popular scoreline, if I'm being totally honest with you, boys. Yeah, 15th. We have 12 days to go. Go on the fucking boy. I went down for both Palace games. Listen, Gunnar Matata, you wonderful fucker. I hope you fucking smoke us to victory, mate. Yeah? Do us a favour. If you're not going to smoke us to victory, mushroom us to fucking victory, yeah? Truffle us to victory, yeah, mate? Yeah, I smoke too, yeah, big other. Well, listen, mate, smoke us to fucking victory, bruv. And do you know what? For me, get fucking a little bit wavy afterwards on the little bit of fucking psychedelics and all, my brother. Make sure you fucking do that for me, you legend. Vic, what you saying, my boy? Yeah, I reckon 3-1. Yes. Like I said, it's a common. I'll get the words out in a minute. I do speak English, believe it or not, people. It's a common scoreline that people are going for. It's the one that I'm going for. But would love revenge on the 8-2, man. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? I totally agree, but can't see it with Mikel. That's the only sort of thing, yeah. Let me touch on that just before let me actually finish it. We go 2-3 goals up and a sub on 5 defenders. Yeah, that's a great point that you're making, yeah. And I'm going to elaborate on that, yeah. If say for argument's sake we was to go 3-0 up at half time, I think it's not beyond the realms of possibility. We've actually seen it before. Do you remember when the Sanchez and the Ozil absolutely ripped them apart? The only difference is that was on the Wenger, of course. The only difference is we didn't build from it at half time, and I hope that day was going to be the day that we were going to absolutely steamroll them. But yeah, the point that you're trying to make is, and I totally agree with you, Vic, bruv, is that if we do go up, you know, and go into the second half of a cheeky little bastard of a 3-0 win, then of course, yeah, I do totally understand where you're coming from. I don't think we'll go on and score 5 or 6 from there. You know, I think Arteta, just almost like he done against Sporting Lisbon, you could see at half time at Sporting Lisbon, you know, going in 3-0 up, he shit the bed and left skids on the fucking mattress when he fucking come out of it. Do you know what I mean? It was frustrating, absolutely frustrating that we didn't start that second half and go bang, bang, bang. You know, and there's no coincidence, is it, in that Sporting game where we, you know, we conceded that goal and we could have conceded 2 as well. We scored we started attacking again with that same attempt and then bang, we score another 2 goals. There's no surprise, is there, people? Do you know what I mean? And that's what I want us to do. If we do go in, even with a 1-0 lead against Manchester United tomorrow, even with a 2-0 lead, a 3-0 lead, a 4-0 lead, I don't give a fuck of a lead. I want us to turn up in that second half and go for it again, whether it only be for the next 10 minutes. I do appreciate, I'm not a thick fan, yeah? I do appreciate that at some stage, if we are up in that second half, there will be some form of game management that have to happen. That could be, you know, scoring another goal in the first 15 minutes of that second half, and then maybe spending 10 minutes just going, all right, you know, let's calm this down a little bit, you know, game manage, and then maybe going again. I don't mind that at all. I totally appreciate that that is tactics. What I don't understand or appreciate is going in with some form of lead and then taking the fucking piss, shitting our little G-strings, and then playing shit football in the second half at the start of it. I want us in every single half, regardless of what we're playing is, I want us to start the first half, attacking intent. I want us to start the second half, attacking intent. Why? It's not so much to ask, is it? You know, I want us to see us attack. I proper want us to go for it. It's not fucking hard. That's the blueprint, people. And this is what we're saying about Mikel Arteta, yeah? It's the blueprint. There's no wonder we've not been getting the results or just getting over the line while we've been playing this stinky fucking football. Shock. We start attacking from the first fucking minute, blowing the fucking 3 teams away that we're doing it. It's not hard, is it? It's not hard, is it? So let's just carry on, people. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Good in Matata, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, smoke it up, brother, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Smoke it and fucking mushroom it up, mate. For me, I'm jealous. You know that. I'm absolutely jealous, you fucker. Yeah, I will do, yeah. Giza. Yes, mate. How we doing? Arsenal Revolution TV, Rashid, Jay. Before I started here, I was watching this gentleman with Normski. Great little stream and all, mate. Good to see you putting more content out. Absolute pleasure. Talking absolute sense and all. Give Rashid some fucking love, people. Looking out for Matata 420 roller, mate. Yeah, he's a fucking boy, isn't he, old Matata, mate? Yeah, we got to give him the credit, mate. Right, Arsenal, Rashid, what we saying, bruv? Let's hope we don't play to their hands. They got pacey forwards because Manchester United play well against high-pressing teams. Now, of course, sorry for the sneeze. Of course, you know, you've got to look out for that, ain't you, bruv? Yes, their counter-attack is going to sort of be there, but I sort of do also on that expect an informed Ben White, one of the best centre-back partnerships we've had since fucking Adams and Bold, Campbell and Torre. And I don't really want to add... I'm going to add David Raya into this because I'm a little bit hesitant to add Calafiori into it. And the reason why I'm hesitant in Calafiori is, and one of the things I was going to say is, that's where they're going to do their most damage, Manchester United, because everywhere else we've got it locked. But Calafiori, I don't know whether he's going to be fit, whether he might still be injured. Maybe he was carrying a niggle. I don't know. None of us really know because Arteta don't really explain much. But I'll get to my point. Calafiori gets beaten like Andre Santos on one-on-ones. The league's a little bit too quick for him, I think, at the minute. And I've not been a huge critic of Calafiori. And the reason is because I totally do understand he's young, playing out of position a little bit. You know, and it's a new league. Not a lot of Italians like to even go to a different league, let alone, you know, in their young age. So I've got respect for the bollocks on him. I do have respect for the bollocks on him. But Arsenal can't afford these passengers. And that's that's basically where it has to be. Arsenal cannot afford to carry these passengers, can they? And unfortunately, at the minute, for me, at left back, he's a bit of a passenger, Calafiori. But yeah, you know, I do expect us the point they're going to make, Rashid, bruv. You know, I do expect us to be able to deal with that somewhat. Yes, we absolutely do have to guard against it. That's absolute facts. And that will always be a constant danger unless, you know, we carry on and we carry on and we get maybe out of sight. But yeah, no, respect for the comment, brother. And yeah, I do agree with you to that sort of extent. But I just sort of expect us to not have to, I hope, worry about that too much. If we play our game and carry on playing the way that we have been playing, I sort of hope that maybe we'll get caught out in the counter-attack once. I've said 3-1 in my scoreline. What do you think your score's going to be, bruv? I've gone for 3-1. I do think maybe we'll get sort of caught out on something from how you say. But yeah, man, big up and cheers for being in the chat as always, mate. Yeah, Chick Jack and Gene. No way, mate. I don't get a reference. I might be a weed reference, bruv. I don't know, mate, with that one, bruv. But I do know about this one, yeah. White lines now, leave that to the refs. David Coote, yeah, man. Fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I know about the white line, the old Robbie Fowlers, yeah. Fuck's sake. Vic, what you saying, bro? Don't forget, check out Grey Area, Family First. Terps Army, The Plug, Grey House in Dam. Yeah. Something's telling me you've been there before, Vic, mate. Isn't it? I've been there a couple of times, to be fair. I'm not a smoker. I'm one of them geezers, boys. You'll be unfortunate to know it's just not my thing. But I tell you what is my thing: the fucking mushrooms. Nom 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 nom. I love a bit of fucking what the hell is going on here, boys. That is a bit of me all day long, man. Oh yes, we know. Yeah, he's gonna be at his best behavior. Yeah, I fucking bet. Yeah, mate. I don't want you to be on your best behavior, mate. I want you to absolutely go for it. Be a naughty bastard. Major Revolution is my PS4 name. Add up. Yeah, well, listen, yeah, if anyone hasn't, yeah, give a little add up, man. I didn't know you played a little bit of PlayStation. I know you as gaming. Oh, do you know what? Actually, yeah, to be fair, I do know you've got the PlayStation. Yeah, put it in the chat and let people have a little watch, mate. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind all a bit of that. Yeah, big up Rashid, man. Like I said, he's done his he was with Normski literally just before I started. Talking facts, man, and this is why I always like to have a little chat and a little bit of promoting about people like Rashid, man, people like Guna Matata and everyone that wants to have their little chat because they're not fucking retards, boys. Do you know what I mean? They feel the same way as we do, man. They're starting their chats. They need some support when they're starting up, just like me, just like everyone. Do you know what I mean? But they're talking facts, and that's the main thing, man. Like, we all give time when we start watching these streams, but we also don't want to be listening to fucking nonsense. And we try and talk how we feel. And they're not spastics, boys. They are proper Arsenal. So give them a watch. So listen, we've got a couple more games, yeah? You've got United at home, Fulham away. We've got Everton at home, Palace away, and we've got Ipswich at home. There are our next 5 Premier League games, boys, yeah? How many points are we expecting out them 5 games? Anyone in the chat still? Because I'll tell you what, I'm going 15. I'm going 15. We've got to get them 15 points now. starting with a big old win tomorrow. I'm interested to know what you boys think. 15 points from that. We've got to, and we might not win the league, but we can't go out taking the absolute piss, can we? I've been down. Oh yeah, Vic. This is a shock, bro. Yeah, eh? I'm too shocked. I've been down 10 times plus for music concerts, Aaron. Yeah, all right. Yeah. For music concerts, is that what we're calling it now? Is it? Yeah. The Melbourne gives the venue. Yeah, wandered past a few coffee shops sometimes too. Yeah. Is that what we're saying now? Is it? Yeah. Come on, fuck's sake. What we saying, Laguna, mate? I've looked, can't find any raves or anything going on out there. I'm missing something. Oh, a bit of raves, yeah. Fuck me, yeah. You know, that now you got my ears, a little bit of twerking, man. That's a little bit of me. Mags, how we doing, man? I think it's the first time you've been in the chat, maybe. Man United will beat Arsenal. Come on, Man United. I'm interested to see what your score's going to be, Mags. I totally disagree if you've just tuned in. You know, I'm totally against that. I think we'll do your 3-1. What do you reckon, bruv? What do we reckon? Because I think the vast majority of Arsenal fans here are probably thinking a cheeky little 3-1 win. That's where I'm sort of heading at, do you know what I mean? That's where my sort of gut's saying, do you know what I mean? Everyone's in a little bit of sync on this chat with that 3-1, do you know what I mean? So I am going to be going to the game, Mags. I'm going to be hopefully doing a cheeky little stream about 11:45. Half 11 I've got it set for, but 11:45 will probably be realistic. And I'll be intrigued to see if you want to come along, regardless of the scores. You're always welcome. Do you know what I mean? Come along and you know, if you want to give it a little bit of chest, let me know what the score is, man. What do you reckon? And then come back to the chat tomorrow and we'll talk about it. Listen, if Arsenal get absolutely battered tomorrow, if Arsenal lose 1-0, I'm not one of them spiteful little bitches that'll start being a little bitch and start sort of slagging you off. I'll put my hands up, Mags, mate. If we're crap, I'll converse with you and, you know, agree with you if we're absolutely shit, man. That's what I'm like. It's only truth here, man. It's only absolute facts. 150%, mate. So yeah, let's know what your scores are. Yeah, we're saying 3-1. Yeah, man. Yeah, took me to Wellweg. Yeah, and Lem at half time. Follow that skin of a crowd. Now look, listen, I'm gonna bow out in a second, but just before I do, I just thought I'd have a little wanker of the week presentation, and there's going to be no shock as to who it's going to. It's going to finally I can give it to him. Raheem Sterling, you fucking wanker. You are shit. I don't know why you were signed in the first place. I didn't want you signed in the first place. And shock, I was proven right, because you know what? You've done absolutely fuck all since you've been here. You genuinely are this week's piece of shit. And you know what? You've been a piece of shit since you signed. But unfortunately, there's been so many other pieces of shit that I've had to give it to. Mate, please, as a wanker of the week, your mate Gabriel Jesus, when you was actually good with him at Manchester City 5 fucking years ago, take him with you wherever you go. I wish we could rip up both of your contracts, but you are both absolute piss stains. You're shit. Absolute crap. And just before we go, there's my dad again in an Arsenal shirt. L-O fucking L. That's what happens when you make poor bets, people. That's exactly what happens when we make poor bets. I'll love you and leave you all, man. Big up.